Jason X, or Jason 10, is the 10th entry in the Friday the 13th franchise. Technically, the story takes place after Freddy vs. Jason, but it was the 10th movie that was made, where Freddy vs. Jason is technically the 11th movie, but it takes place before Jason X. I don't know, it's confusing. This movie is absolutely freaking insane. I mean, what else can I say about it? It's Jason Voorhees goes into outer space. To be a little bit honest, I absolutely love this movie. Not because the quality of it is amazing or it's great or whatever, but because the movie is just, it's fun. It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, the quality's not that good, but it's just a fun movie to watch. There are a few self-referential lines throughout the movie, and it's definitely very, very self-aware in many ways. A lot of people took this movie, I think, a little bit too seriously when they're like, oh, you're sending Jason Voorhees in outer space. You've definitely lost all, ideas of where to go forward with this franchise at this point. My first thought is, they lost all thoughts of where to go forward with this franchise since it was created. It's a rip-off of Halloween, for goodness sake. The movie takes place in 2010. Well, we've already passed that date already. Where Jason Voorhees has finally been captured by the US government, where they're basically just keeping a close eye on him, so he doesn't start going on another murderous rampage. The US government thinks it's a good idea to basically just put him under and basically try to do some research on him because he has regenerative tissue.
His unique ability to regenerate lost and damaged tissue. I mean, it cries out for more research.
The final girl of the film basically thinks that it would be better just to go ahead and cryogenically freeze him, just so he won't bother anyone anymore and he'll stay frozen forever. But obviously the government's just like, nope. We've never learned from the previous 10 movies. Let's go ahead and just try to operate on him. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh. And of course, Jason escapes, and actually this scene's kind of cool. Basically, he just takes on a bunch of military guys, kicks their butts, kills them, and all that other really fun jazz.
The hell?
And then eventually Jason starts stalking our heroine for the movie. She's actually able to trick him, put him inside the cryogenic container. Of course, wait a minute, what the heck? How the heck is that machete strong enough to pierce through that container? I don't get it. Oh, never mind. Don't question. This is Friday the 13th. Do not question anything. The year is now 2455. Good luck with getting to that date. Where Earth is now a barren wasteland. Apparently the reason why it's barren wasteland is because we've used all of the natural resources and now the Earth could not contain itself. Your usual post-apocalyptic Earth sci-fi story. A group of college students where they're looking around, trying to look for artifacts and all that kind of stuff, and eventually they come across the room where Jason was cryogenically frozen. The scene here is a little bit funny because some of the people here don't even know that he's wearing a hockey mask or what even hockey was.
What's a hockey mask?
Facial armor, used in a sport outlawed in 2024.
Sorry about that, Canadians. I know you're going to be very upset about that, but, it's outlawed now. Sorry. They also wind up finding our heroine, where they go ahead, take her and Jason. Granted, they don't know who he is, so it's okay. Kind of. And they take them to their spaceship. The CGI in this movie is pretty bad, but, it's a horror film. What do you expect? I'm not expecting freaking Avatar. I don't really complain about CGI that much unless it's really, really bad, but in this movie, it does its job. So they wind up waking up the girl and healing her through nanobite technology, where she wakes up, warns everybody about Jason Voorhees, where they don't listen because, oh, he's a vital, historical find. We have to keep him on board and he's totally dead. Jason winds up waking up from his frozen slumber because teens start having sex. This scene is great. Like, honestly, like, if there was ever a self-referential scene of the horror genre in its entirety, it's in this scene right here. He's having sex! Jason winds up killing the scientist who's operating on him, and actually this is also one of my favorite kills in the franchise, just because it's absolutely, once again, over the top and ridiculous. He just froze her face and smashed it in! Like, what the heck? Of course, everyone finds out that Jason's now alive, and they try to scramble around to try and capture him and everything. All of the military guys get killed. Wow, good job, guys! Where Jason decides to go ahead and kill a few other teens along the way as well. So, honestly, the crew is really starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Jason basically winds up blowing up an entire space station, which basically, now his body count is basically just quadrupled. One of the students has a robot who he winds up upgrading to try and take on Jason Voorhees. She does put up a formidable fight, along with one of the soldiers who apparently didn't get killed, where she finally kills Jason Voorhees! That's not good. So basically, the remaining survivors are trying to escape the ship at this point. So fans basically call this incarnation of Jason Voorhees Uber Jason. It's actually how it comes up in the credit sequence. I can't complain. It's awesome. I mean, it's stupid, but it's awesomely stupid. I mean, what other movie would you see, you know, a very famous horror figure become a cyborg? The hockey mask is literally turned into, like, this metal fixture around his face. I can't even. It's awesome. Yes, it's stupid, but it's awesome. And our remaining survivors are about to escape, but they have to unlock a door, because apparently it's broken. So, they come up with a distraction for Jason, and honestly, this is a pretty cool scene as well. They wind up distracting Jason by throwing a holographic image over basically the entire area that he's in, which makes him think that he's back at Camp Crystal Lake. It seems to work, and another thing I really like is that the music cues are from the original Friday the 13th, which I honestly really appreciated. However, Jason seems to think that something fishy is really going on, so he starts moving forward towards our heroes when they give him another distraction, and honestly, this is arguably the best part of the movie.
Hey, you want a beer?
Or do you want to smoke some pot?
Or we can have premarital sex.
We love premarital sex!
Just wow! This scene was, it was just great. I loved it. It was hilarious the first time I watched it. Every time I watch it, it just gets funnier. Jason knocks out the girls, and then he winds up going after our heroes again, where the remaining military guy is able to go ahead and close the door so that way everyone can escape, and he goes toe-to-toe with Jason while the ship blows up. Our remaining survivors think they're all safe and sound when, oh my god, look, Jason, please, stop. Stop. We know you're unstoppable and unkillable, but this is ridiculous. Luckily, the military guys survived the explosion, and they both wind up hurtling to Earth, where supposedly Jason Voorhees is finally freaking dead. I highly doubt it. They actually made quite a few sequel comics to this story, so, I mean, I don't even know. Jason in outer space. The movie is certainly not good. However, it is probably one of the most entertaining just because of how insane it is. I love almost every moment in this movie just because it's extremely ridiculous, stupid, or just over the top. I love everything about it. Uber Jason is awesome, and Kane Hodder just once again brings that awesome personality to the character. It is a very, very good performance. But that's the end of the original Friday the 13th series. Tomorrow, we will discuss the last Friday the 13th entry until whatever film studio owns the rights gets it into their head to make the 13th Friday the 13th. Gosh darn it! Tomorrow is the reboot of Friday the 13th. This has been the Valley of Death, where everything is spooky, but we keep things light. I'll see you guys later.